You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, comment, share this one out. Now, call me crazy, but I cannot imagine. And look, I'm a guy that is fully supportive of hunting or 2A rights. But look, when you get your rights to hunt and you get your gun rights, you have all this, comes great responsibility for that honor. When I saw this, I was like, wow. I've got to keep it real. Rodney Thomas is a scumbag, in my opinion, anyway, because, who does not realize that the bald eagle is a national emblem for our country? And at one time, they were endangered. They have fought back to grow the numbers again. It's considered a sacred bird, The bald eagle has been the national emblem of the United States since 1782 and a spiritual symbol for Native people for far longer than that. When I saw this headline right here, I just shook my head and I said, wow, what an asshole. Truly. Colts safety's father identified as a man who allegedly killed a bald eagle with a rifle. Guy literally picked up a rifle, took aim, and fired to kill a bald eagle. Now, I don't know about Pennsylvania, which is where this happened, but I know in Texas, to say the game warden will come a-calling over this is the understatement of the century. They are very delicate about bald eagles in Texas, and they will sure come nail your ass over harming a bald eagle, at least here in Texas. Boy, it's some shit you don't want to do. So let's get to this. Roughly 2 weeks after a man surrendered to the police for allegedly killing a bald eagle, the identity of the suspect has been released. The alleged poacher is 50-year-old Rodney Thomas, whose son, Rodney Thomas II, is a safety for the Indianapolis Colts. The alleged shooting happened May 12th outside Pittsburgh when residents found one of the two local mature bald eagles dead in a field. And look, guys, that's the thing. When there's bald eagles in an area, a lot of times, like around here, there's a few, and people can literally tell you where they're at. And, people will pull off the side of the road so they can get out and watch these bald eagles. There's a couple around here. And, people cherish them. And there's something that's watched over, and you can bet your ass that if something happens to one of them, or they found one harmed or whatever, the game warden is called at record speed around here. And I don't know how the game wardens are in your state, but in Texas, he's essentially the most powerful law enforcement agent there is, period. He can come search your house, ain't got to have near a warrant at all. Does not. You might have a dead deer in there. We're walking right in that house. Quote, "We're devastated that this would happen. We don't understand why somebody would do this," resident Linda Cavardelli told Fox News Digital earlier this month. This is where it gets sad, folks. The eagle pair had been in the area nearly 2 decades. There was a pair of these eagles together. She said almost always together, except when they were protecting their clutches or newly hatched eaglets. The 2 eaglets recently hatched in the nest, residents said. Within days of the poaching, the Pennsylvania Game Commission said in a statement, tips had led investigators to the suspect, who admitted to all aspects of the crime. So these two, I guess this is it right here. These are one of the two Eagles right here together. So these two Eagles had been hanging out for the last 20 years. This guy picked up a rifle and shot and killed one of them. I mean, I looked up as my wife was walking by, as I said, the 2 decades part, and she just shook her head like, wow. I mean, seriously, scumbag. Quote, we believe that the suspect will face any appropriate state and or federal charges due upon the conclusion of the ongoing investigations. Mount Pleasant Township Police Chief Matthew Tharp said, I hope they nail this guy to the wall, for crying out loud. Fullest extent of the law. Because I'm sorry, 50-year-old Rodney Thomas, you knew damn good and well you shouldn't be shooting a bald eagle. At least surely you're not that stupid. Bald eagles are considered one of the country's greatest wildlife preservation success stories. And populations have rebounded across the U.S. after they were first placed on the endangered species list. When they were upgraded from endangered to protected, the state penalty for killing an eagle in Pennsylvania was downgraded to a summary violation fine of up to $200. That's it? Wow. The Pennsylvania State Senate recently passed a bill to raise the fine to $2,000 in an effort to discourage poaching. The federal penalty for poaching a bald eagle can be a fine up to $100,000 and 1 year in prison for the first offense, according to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. So he could get 1 year and a $100,000 fine, of which I'm sure his son, who plays for the Colts, would probably end up having to pay for it. Thomas was a 6th-round pick out of Yale last year to Indianapolis. He appeared in all 17 games, playing 63% of defensive snaps, intercepting 4 passes. So Rodney Thomas II sounds like a hell of a football player. But I don't have anything good to say about his dad, at least what I know at this point. Wow. I cannot. I mean, honestly, I would think I knew that you wouldn't harm a bald eagle by the time I was 4, 5, or 6 years old. I mean, you know, that's something that's brought up, something that's talked about. Everybody just knows it. You learned about the bald eagle in school and what it means to the country. And in fact, you sort of protect them at all cost. This bald eagle pair had been together nearly 20 years. You heard what they said. The residents knew about this pair, this bald eagle pair. And this guy blew one out of the sky. I just can't even fathom this. I really can't. This video may not get that many views. Sadly, I wish it would get 100,000. You know? I mean, bald eagles are to be respected and protected, far as I'm concerned. So occasionally I make a video that has particular interest to me, and this is one of those kind of videos. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Peace them out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.